the catwalk right behind Christine. She's slinging that food. Of course, it's in the water. Everything's happening. So, Christine, I'll take it down here. But you're going to come visit us after the program, right?
Definitely. If anyone has questions, I will meet you in a moment.
All right. Thanks so much for joining us, Christine. We'll see you soon. All right, friends, here we go. The food is in the water. And everything happens quickly now because we only feed these animals on certain days, the big animals. And before we get into some specifics, I'd like you to notice one thing. What's the food that's tossed in? Can anybody identify that?
Squid.
Yes, that's California market squid. And it's actually a very sustainable seafood choice. And of course, it's on their diet in the wild as well. So I want to talk about some of these fast swimming fish. Let's start from the top. These flat silver fish with that blunt forehead and the boomerang tail, that is a dolphin fish. And if you look carefully, you may actually see them change color. Have you seen that? You might think it's a trick of your eyes or the lights, but they have the ability to actually flash different colors, mainly blues, greens, and gold. In fact, if you and I were in Baja, Mexico, those fish have a different name. They're called dorado, which means golden. We don't know why they flash colors. We may think it may be a camouflage or maybe they're just excited, but that's really a cool adaptation. By the way, those fish are on your restaurant menu, not as dolphin fish or as dorado, because they've got a third name and it's Hawaiian, mahi-mahi. So that's what they look like. So you have right now mahi-mahi eating something else that's on our restaurant menu. That squid, what do we call it when we eat it in a restaurant? You bet. So you got mahi-mahi eating calamari. We're bringing the restaurant right to you. So the cool thing about those, by the way, look at that pelagic ray up on top. They don't normally take part in this kind of feeding, but watch how they eat. I'll explain how they're fed in just a moment. But that one thinks it's like to get a little head start on lunch. Now in the middle of the exhibit, you're going to see some really fast, muscular football-looking like fish. Those silver football fish, those are yellowfin tuna. And they're also on your restaurant menu. They're called ahi. And they are amazing animals. They can accelerate to 35 miles an hour instantly to go after prey. Because all the animals in front of you right now are called visual predators. In other words, they look for a piece of food like that and they swim after it and grab it. I mention that because in the wild, one of their prey items are sardines. And we're going to talk about how sardines avoid that predation because the food right now is just floating in the water. It's easy for these big fish to see and grab. So that's one reason why they love scooping up those floating fish. In fact, speaking of sardines, they want to come up now, but it's not your turn. Get back down. By the way, the smaller fish in the middle of the water here are called bonito, and they're actually the smallest of the tuna family, but they're also very, very fast swimmers. We have some fish in here that don't normally participate in a broadcast feed. Even though you're seeing those pelagic rays up here, we normally feed them off to the side. Take a look at the monitor. They're target fed, they come to their target, and they're so polite, they flip themselves over. We can then drop a piece of wild Alaskan caught salmon in their mouth. Ever seen a stingray burrito? Check this out. In fact, right now, off to the side, we have a couple of aquarists, and they're feeding those animals. This is a videotape, but they're feeding the pelagic rays over here to our left. So we don't see that because it's kind of behind the scenes over there. But that's how those fish are fed. We also have scalloped hammerhead sharks. So you see the 3 female scalloped hammerhead sharks? They, again, don't participate in this kind of feeding.